How you guys doing? This is very important in reference to history of things. In reference to my mother and father, of course, this is very important. I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates forever. But in reference to these people that are stealing from me, these people that are trying to steal my mother and father's companies and properties and land, whoever these bad people are, look up the history of these people. What jobs they've ever had in America, how many hours they ever put in at any job in America. These people that are trying to steal everything from me. These people that are blocking me from my mother and father's mansions. The World Protocol's in the media 24 hours a day of my identity. It tells everybody in every city and state who I am. If they call a TV station or a radio station, they're supposed to tell them who I am. And, hopefully, people will inform them what the World Protocol in the media means in reference to my ownership of my mother and father's estates and companies and businesses and other things, status of my protection and many things. But, in reference to these people and these political families that tried to steal everything from me, whoever they are, find out what jobs they ever had in America. Find out who they are. Find out if they're the real people or if they're impersonators from some branch of government. Find out what race they are, what religion they are, the ones that are trying to steal everything from me. These people thought they'd come into America and steal land and companies and properties or something. And they thought that they'd fool everybody by trying to steal the work history of other people's lives. I've worked in the entertainment industry growing up when I was little, too. Plus, my father and mother owned studios and businesses in the media. And my father even created media technology, too. So in reference to these political families or whatever their fantasies were of them trying to steal my mother and father's media companies and my grandparents' media companies, there's history of my grandparents owning and building media companies and newspapers and things back in the 1800s plus, and even before then. But, in reference to these government people, the ones that are trying to steal everything from me, people need to look up their job history. What branch of government? Like, did they come into this country from another country and they immediately got into the CIA? Or they got into the FBI? Or what branch of government did they get into? And then they tried to steal my mother and father's estates. Find out what race and religion they are. Find out where they came from. Find out how many hours they have ever worked at any other common job or public job where anybody has worked. Find out what their lifestyles have been before they got into the government or whatever their career is or what they have been doing all these years that they've been stealing from me since my parents got murdered. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? Some people would say. They're choking me now. That's another lawsuit. Every time you touch me is a lawsuit, government man. That can cost you several trillions of dollars right there. I'm not your child. I'm not your property. See, the satellite man tries to make people look sick or tries to make them sound sick with satellites. The government tries to murder people, tries to steal people's money, property, and land and identities. That shit was outlawed. Those satellite activities was outlawed in America. It's even time and date. It's outlawed every year in America. So in reference to these people trying to steal my family history and my identity, find out what jobs they ever had or wherever they worked in America. See how much time they ever put into work labor in any place in this country and what kind of job it was and what their family's history has been and their lifestyles. Very important.